Hey guys, it's Natalie Nicole, Nick Rose Therapy Services, and I am back with another video. Before I get into this video, I want to thank you guys for all your love and support on my most previous videos. You know, I love it. I love to see it. Before I also get into this video, what I wanted to say, I just had this message that came across my mind yesterday. I felt very strongly to say it on this video is, it is never too late. And when I say that, I mean, it's never too late to start something and it's never too late to stop something. And I mean, it's never too late to go after what you want. I know that there's a lot of people here who stay in the same thing because they feel like they've ran out of time to explore something different. Well, if you're seeing this message and you feel this way, I'm here to tell you that is not true. Another thing that I said is that it's never too late to stop something. So what I mean by that is just because you've been doing something or someone is used to you doing something or even you're used to doing something, it does not mean that you cannot put a stop to that pattern. And however you interpret what I'm saying is however I want you to receive it. But for some reason, I felt strongly to say that it's never too late. Let's get into this video. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, it is, if you're lying to your therapist, you're doing it wrong. Being in this field, I have realized, and I have worked with clients sometimes where we come to a point where they disclose to me that they were not being honest about something. And unfortunately that does happen, but fortunately, it's good that you're able to express that with your therapist. One thing that I want to make clear, and something that I try to tell my clients, as painful as it may sound, is your therapist is not your friend. If you're going to a therapist and you're starting to feel like, this is my homeboy or this is my homegirl, I advise you to tell your therapist that. Because ideally, in a perfect textbook world, your therapist should not be your friend. Is your therapist there to support you? Yes. Is your therapist there to be an advocate for you? Yes. Is your therapist there to hold you accountable? Yes. Are these traits that a good friend would have? Of course, but there is definitely a line. And the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes when that line gets crossed is when we start lying to our therapist. And what I want you guys to know is that if you ever go into a therapist's office and after some time, or even from the beginning, you notice that you're lying, I really encourage you to disclose that to your therapist, because maybe you guys can work through that, or maybe at that point you may be referred somewhere else. So now that we've got the difficult part of this conversation out the way, your therapist is not your friend, sorry to inform you. Let's get to the bottom of why are we lying to our therapist? There's a lot of reasons why we may lie to our therapist. It may be because we want to be seen in a certain type of way. It may be because we're trying to protect ourselves. Maybe we're in some type of stage of denial ourselves. Or it may be that we're protecting our therapist's feelings. I have come across people who have had therapists where they feel like they're not doing anything, where they tell me like, you know, I'm going to a session and I talk about things, but when I leave, you know, I'm not feeling any way. And when I ask them, well, have you expressed this to your therapist? A lot of times they say no. And the reason is because they don't want to hurt their therapist's feelings. The reason why I say if you're lying to your therapist, you're doing it wrong is because I'm not sure how much work will be done if you're not being honest with your therapist. Depending on what you're going to a therapist for, you're going there because at one point, whatever you were dealing with was a problem. So if you go to the person who is supposed to help you work through this problem, help you resolve this problem, but you're being dishonest, not only are you wasting your money, but you're doing a disservice to yourself. When you lie to your therapist, I know sometimes you want to protect your image or for whatever reason. There's so many reasons why you may lie. You know, there are really a lot of reasons. But if you're lying to your therapist, something that I really want to make clear is that you're only hurting yourself. Your therapist, depending on what they got going on, has a lot of clients, a lot of things to deal with, and they're going to give whatever you present to them 100%. If you're giving a lie to your therapist, wasting your therapist's time, yeah. But most importantly, you're wasting yours, because what are you really working on? Another thing I've heard when, you know, speaking with people is,
I didn't want to hurt my therapist's feelings.
The last feelings that you should even care about is your therapist. They're trained to take on a lot, and they're trained to deal with a lot and cope with a lot. When you go into this room, when you let your guard down in this room, let it spill out. That is what your therapist is there for. The darkest secrets or the lightest secrets, it does not matter. Another thing that's important is understanding that confidentiality is important. As long as you don't say that you're at risk of harming yourself or harming others, or that there's a child or an elder that is in danger, your secrets are safe with your therapist. And even the situations where they do have to report, they're not reporting to their besties. They're reporting to proper authorities that need to keep you or your loved ones safe. In society, there's this pressure that we have to be perfect. But luckily, there's an outlet, therapy, that allows you to just let it go. Let all the facades go. Let the mask go. You do not have to be perfect in a therapist's office. If you attend an individual session or family session or whatever session, group session that you're going to, and you present as you're so perfect, chances are your therapist already knows. You guys, sometimes we go through all this effort to lie to our therapist, and our therapist knows the whole time that this person is not being honest. But your therapist is just working with you and working at your pace to be honest. If you feel like you're continuously lying to your therapist, like I said earlier, I advise you to let them know. I know it's difficult, but trust me, whatever reason that you're lying to your therapist for can be worked out. Or you can always, like I said, be referred to another therapist. You guys are already investing in your mental health, and I am so proud of you. So if you're thinking about going to a therapist, if you have gone, or if you're about to start going, remember, if you lie to your therapist, you're doing it wrong. Let your guard down. Therapists are there to help you. So this was my video for today. I just wanted to highlight, like, if you're lying to your therapist, you're doing it wrong. I want you guys to take full advantage of therapy. And I don't want you guys to think that you have to be perfect, because if you were perfect, who wants to deal with that anyways? Leave the perfect stuff outside of your therapy session and let your guard down. And if you feel like you're having difficulty, speak up for yourself. You are investing in yourself, you're investing in your mental health, and the last person that you should be lying to is your therapist. Journal prompt. If you were to walk into a therapy session today, what would be 3 of the main things you think you would need to explore? Let me know in the comments below or in your journal. More so this one for your journal, for your privacy. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. You already know. Bye!
First things first. Why do I keep saying first things first? If I've said it multiple times, then it really wouldn't be first things first. It'd be second.